creative. I'm an all-rounder, and that is unique. And people also say that how do you manage to do so many things in one day? So I think I prioritize. I give time to it. I don't waste time much, but I give time to my fitness and entertainment also. I think that is special, and I'm blessed.
Welcome back, guys, to another very interesting episode of our own The Skillvalley Show. Myself, Priya, your host and friend. There is no way for me to share how excited I am for our today's guest. I believe the word all-rounder is surely derived from him. He is an ex-cricketer who was part of under-19 team and a former IAS officer. After retiring from 5 years of service, he continues to work for the society as a motivational TEDx speaker. He is the author of the book Finding Success Within, a speaker with speaking minds, a founder of Suvichar think tank, a visiting professor at Shulini University, a member of Governors Advisory Council for Chandigarh. He is also the founder of Vibrant Networking Forum and Chandigarh Literary Society. Not to forget, he has 8 TEDx talks, 3 Josh talks, and over 3 million views on YouTube. And believe me, guys, this list just doesn't end here. He is a true motivation for us, Mr. Vivek Atray. Hello, sir.
Thank you. Very nice to be here, and I'm happy to be in this conversation.
I'm very pleased to have you here, sir. It's a real honor to have you here. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. You tell me. I'm speaking a lot nowadays, got a lot of following on YouTube, Instagram, etc. And now trying to motivate people because the feeling was a little low and despondent. So hopefully people are coming out of their low feelings and things are getting better.
Yes, and I am a strong believer of what work you're doing, and I'm really very motivated and very happy to have you here. So let's just begin by something quite simple. I would love to know about your early life. I would love to know what was your childhood like, what were you like, and what values did you have at that time? Let's just begin with this.
Thank you, Ria, and thank you for inviting me for this interview, Onkar, Ayush, and all the Skillvalley team. I think it's a wonderful platform for everybody. So I'd like to start by telling you, as you said, about my childhood. Yes, I was born in Delhi. And I grew up in Delhi as well as Jaipur as well as London because my father was posted to London for 3 years. He was a police officer and he was in the High Commission of India in England for 3 years. So I studied in all these places. My childhood was obviously full of playful memories with my sisters. They are twins and they are 5 years younger than me. So we spent a lot of time playing, learning, reading, and running around. And then once we grew up, we realized that our parents were very inspiring. They had a lot of values. They had a lot of good intentions. And then as we grew up more, then we went to college. I went to engineering and my sisters went to home science. And then they also did English, one of them. And it was good childhood. And we had a lot of friends. We had a lot of memories of our early days.
Now, after reading about you, I realized that you have switched careers a lot. From a private field and serving as a civil officer, again choosing to retire and considering speaking and writing as a full-time career, and not to forget your cricketing career. So it's full of life, full of transformation. Please share something about it with us.
Yes. So basically, I think it's important to be doing whatever you do with passion. And
Absolutely.
I feel that when I was a youngster, I wanted to play cricket for India. I was a cricketer. I played till under 19. I was very keen on cricket and I thought I may go on to play for India also. But I could not. I played Sikh Naidu twice, which is a national level tournament where I represented all India central schools. But then my father told me that you must go into engineering because that was the choice I had. And I did, and cricket took a back seat. Engineering came, 4 years of engineering, electronics in NIT Kurukshetra. And then I became an aspirant for UPSC. I started writing the exam. Unfortunately, my father passed away at that time and he went at the age of 50. So he was in service and they gave me a job in his place as a Haryana Civil Services Officer in Haryana. So I worked from I joined the ex-IAS and I started working. I was an engineer, so I used my engineering skills. I was also posted in IT and industries, etc. later. So it was quite a journey. And in the meantime, I started writing quite a lot, writing creatively, articles, and 3 books. 2 books came out while I was in the IAS. And after being promoted from HCS to IAS, then I started also speaking a lot more. I became a speaker. I had 2 TEDx talks while still in service. After I resigned, it became even more. I became a full-time speaker. Now I have 6 more TEDx talks. It's 8. And I have a lot of other talks which are well received. So hopefully I'm on the right track in motivating the youth. And this is the stage of life where I feel like doing that. And I think it's more productive for me to do that. So I think being an all-rounder is basically about living the passion that you have. And that passion also can keep on evolving. And I think you can do well to be an all-rounder. And that will help.
I completely agree with your thought. It's wonderful. Actually, trying various streams is something many people dream of, and you are actually living it. It's wonderful. So I would love to know, what values do you have? What do you think that what your values are, what you are made of? And nowadays, what do you think what the youth is, what kind of values youth is lacking?
Yeah, it's a very important question. I think our parents instilled in us the values of truth, honesty, integrity, and empathy for others, and understanding others, especially those who are disadvantaged, compassion. And now I see my wife and daughters, they also have a lot of compassion. I have 2 daughters, we have 2 daughters, and they are compassionate about society, they want to help others. So I learn from them also, and my wife and I, we are amazed at their values. So I think it's very important for the youth to have values which are which have the well-being of others in mind. So you cannot be selfish and self-centered. You can't just think of yourself and say that, okay, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to make money, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That means you are egocentric. So you need to be compassionate, thinking of others. You need to be helpful to others. You will get a lot of goodwill if you do that. And the real earning of life is goodwill. So values will come if you are not very arrogant, not very egoistic. No, you are truthful, and you are also thinking of others, helping others. Then if you help others, then the universe conspires to help you. That is what it is said, that your whole life becomes then connected to the happiness of the world. And because you are doing happy things, cheerful things, helpful things, then people also help you a lot.
That's so true, sir. So, did you enjoy your IAS tenure? I would love to know about it. Did you enjoy it? Because if we talk about any civil officer, they're always thinking about the citizens. They have very less time for themselves. So, how much did you enjoy this phase of your life?
Yeah, I always try to balance my life, and I think everybody, even the busiest professional, has to balance life, spend time with family, spend time in creative pursuits, in sports, in fitness. So if you are working very hard and you forget your own health, you cannot work hard next year because you have neglected your own health. Your productivity at work will also go down. So I think it's important to give time to mental fitness, physical fitness, and reading books and intellectual stimulation, and also to give time to family. So I think I was able to do that, although it was a very tough career, and I'm still working. But obviously, the IAS is a very tough career, and we used to like sometimes be working at night also. So it's very difficult at times to keep on working, and find time for the family. So therefore, I think I managed to do that largely. But then when I realized it more, for example, I never used to come home for lunch earlier. And when I found that I'm in a posting where I can go home for lunch, I started going home for lunch, spending that half an hour only at home. But that half an hour gave me time with the family. The kids were growing up. I could meet them after their school. So I think these kinds of little things helped me to balance my life. And of course, I enjoyed my work. I gained a reputation and image, and I was helpful to others. And obviously, the ups and downs of life are there, but I was generally positive and cheerful. But that helped me to balance my life also in the IAS.
That's a beautiful journey that you have had. So if someone asks you what is the difference between the past you and the present you, what would you answer? How would you answer to that?
I think the past me, I was a little concerned firstly about what people think. When I was a youngster like you, I was very much concerned about what will that one think, what will he think, what will she think. And that is a tendency which most people have. I used to be a cricketer. I used to think, what if I get out on zero? My coach will be angry. My dad will be angry. So you can't go on thinking, overthinking. And I realized that much later in life. And now I'm pretty cool and calm. So the difference is that I think I used to overthink. Now I don't. And secondly, I think I've started becoming more compassionate than before. So obviously, as a youngster, you are worried about your own career, your own life, your own family. Now I think of others. I've also started loving animals more, plants, nature. I started thinking of people or animals or plants also that who cannot help, who cannot look after themselves. So you look after them. I think I've become more open-minded, more deep in my thought processes. One has to improve in life. If you were a certain person at 18 or 20, physically you may not be the same at 50 or 60, but mentally and emotionally you can be better, and you need to be. So that's what I think is the aim.
That is so true. We all need to know that. We all need to learn that. So yeah, I have actually heard a lot about emotional intelligence, and I find it's a prominent topic whenever you talk about. So how much importance does this have in our life, and how were you able to develop this particular, skill, or should I say this feeling inside you?
Yeah, so emotional intelligence came naturally to me because of the way I was brought up, thinking of others, balancing your emotions. But it was not easy. For everybody, they have anger moments, fear moments, and moments of when your emotions are not really calm. So I was also an angry person at times. I'm a Scorpio by birth, and I used to lose my temper, and then suddenly, but I would calm down quickly. But now I don't lose my temper that much. Very, very rarely actually, and not for so much. So I think emotional intelligence came to me rather naturally, but I started talking about it when I became a speaker, and I have a TEDx talk also on the key is emotional intelligence. So I think emotional intelligence is very important in today's world when there's a lot of technology. There's a very little time with people. They need to listen to each other a little more. We need to pay attention to what others are saying. Our listening skills have gone down. We keep looking at our phone when people are talking, fobbing them. And also we are not as there's not much stability that way in life when you are just sitting and focusing on one task, meditating, reading a book. There's a lot going on. So the Zomato person will come, the call will come, Instagram is beckoning you, you open your phone and start browsing. So it's it's a distracted existence. So we need to display superior emotional intelligence in order to not be swayed by distractions, to be more understanding with others, to be less angry, to be more calm. These are the things that we need to do.
Yeah, and I believe that people actually think about IQ more than EQ, so they also need to know that EQ is also important.
Very
Yeah.
true.
So yeah, and okay, so you are a leadership mentor and a motivational speaker. So after analyzing so much, what do you think? What is an individual lacking which is keeping him or her from being a leader? I mean, I think everyone's a leader inside, but some can do it and some can't. So what are the reasons that one can't?
Yeah, I think you're right. Everybody's a leader. Even a 4-year-old child is a leader to the 2-year-old sibling. The 2-year-old is looking up at the 4-year-old. Whatever Bhaiya Didi does there, she also or
Yeah.
he also wants to do. So a leader, every human being is a leader. The rickshawala, the poor panwala, he's also sending money home to his family. He's also a leader. So I think you're right. But some people, because of 2 or 3 reasons, they cannot progress as leaders. One is probably that they are self-centered. Like I said, being self-centered and not appreciating other points of view is a drawback. So we need to appreciate others. We need to take feedback. We need to be part of a team. For example, if there was a selfish cricketer and he keeps making runs, but he doesn't score them fast enough. He gets other people run out. Then he's selfish. He's not a leader. And another drawback could be that one is not creative enough. So one has to be creative to be a leader. Think ahead. How can I do new things to make a change? How can I do better for my team? Thirdly, I think emotional intelligence, as I said, that is required, that you understand others. One person may need a certain amount of advice and encouragement to work better. Another person may be a high flyer. He needs a little bit of toning down, little bit of even strictness to work better. You can't switch it around. You can't be strict with the person who needs encouragement and encouraging with the person who needs strictness. This is our leadership quality, how we recognize individuals and how we take the best out of them.
Yeah. So please tell us something about your book. I would love to know about it. And also, I mean, what are the main thoughts that you have whenever you are starting to write a book? What kind of topics?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
I can't find my book here right now, but I will definitely share it with you later. It's called Finding Success Within,
Yes.
and it is 52 life skills for young Indians. And these 52 life skills, I believe, are those which you need for success and happiness in life. And they are like mindfulness, creativity, confidence, courage, calmness, cheerfulness, and character, and fearlessness. So I've given a lot of life skills and career skills. Career skills like handling difficult bosses. Supposing you have a difficult boss, how do you handle him or her? Supposing you don't have good relationships with others at work, how do you handle those? So I've given a lot of tips in that book, and it came to me through my journey, through my motivational talks. Now, whenever I go for a motivational talk, I talk about it. And it's also translated into Hindi. It's Finding Success Within in English and Safalta Ki Antarik Khoj in Hindi. So basically, it is about how you can find true success. And that is the inner success. It doesn't matter how rich you are, how powerful you are, how famous you are. If you're not at peace with yourself within, if you can't sleep well at night, if you're not spending happy times with your family. So these are the parameters of true success. So I write about that in the book.
So it's you always think of such topics which are motivating and what
I
are
think
the
I'm a motivator.
yes, that's wonderful. I found out that you are very fond of meditation actually, and you have been meditating for 10 plus years. You meditate twice a day. So I would want to know what motivated you that meditation is important in life. What made you think that I should
Yeah.
meditate?
You're absolutely right. You had good research. This is a book which I follow. It's called Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. Many people have seen it or have it in their home. And the first
Yes.
picture behind me is of his last day. And this one is of his young age. And Paramahansa Yogananda was a monk. He traveled to the US. He guided a lot of Americans also about life and meditation. So I and my wife actually read this book before me. She came across the book. She started meditating after reading the book and reading the lessons. There is a website called yssofindia.org. So we followed the lessons. We started reading the techniques of meditation. Then I found that meditation has helped me in my calmness. When I was talking about I got over my anger. So meditation is one of the ways. Creativity also comes from a calm mind. So I started becoming more peaceful, cheerful. My wife also. Anybody who meditates will be actually less angry and more happy. So I think it helps us. And we follow the path of Kriya Yoga, which was described by Paramahansa Yogananda ji so well. And there are lots of millions of followers across the world. But it's not the only path. You can find your own path. You can find your own techniques and go for them. But everybody should meditate. I think it charges the body, mind, and soul. It's extremely important. And now I'm also chairman of the Yogananda Center for Theology at Shulini University.
Oh,
And I'm
yes.
advisor and visiting professor at Shulini University in Solon. So I am deeply involved in these pursuits.
So meditation has very different definitions for different people. For some people, working is meditation. For some people, playing is meditation. So what kind of definition do you have of meditation? How do you define meditation?
I think there is only the real definition is that meditation is concentration on God. If you love your work, and you love your game and you love your creativity, that is okay. It is meditative. It is calming. It is good for your soul. But beyond that, you have to connect with the Almighty, and you have to concentrate on the Almighty, and you have to focus at the Almighty. And basically, your love for your work, your walk in the park, your time with the family, the music you listen to is also preparing you for calmness and meditation. But real calmness and meditation will come when you are deep in meditation, and that peace which comes from meditation, after meditation or during meditation, is no match. There's no match to
that. That's wonderful. Okay, I would love to know, and I always ask every speaker that I have, I want to know how to, manage your pressure, the pressure that you have. I mean, if you're having a rough day, if you're having negativity around you, how to, fight it rather than, fighting with it, taking it and accepting it and moving ahead. How to do that?
I think life is full of ups and downs. Life is full of unpredictability, and everything cannot go according to plan. There are so many things which happen. You realize later that I could have done this better, I could have done that. But when the difficult times come, we must realize that they will go. So the saint said that when you switch on the light in a room, the darkness vanishes as if it had never been. When the sun shines, you can't imagine the darkness, because if you have not seen the darkness, you won't know what it is. So the point is that dark times go, and we, like pandemic, like other crises, etc., they come and go. We need to be resilient, strong, and realize that life is unpredictable, but we can win the battle. And those people who are forward-looking, courageous, cheerful, positive, they will definitely fight through these ill times, and they will not lose their patience or cool even in tough times. Of course, you can feel low at times. We are all human. We are human. We can feel low maybe 5% of the time, but not 95% of the time. So we need to reverse the trend. If mostly we are angry and low and negative, mostly we need to be positive, cheerful, and friendly. And once in a while, if you feel moody, it's okay. So that's how it should be.
Okay. Please recommend any 5 books that you find is a must read for a youth, not even youth, I mean for, feel motivated, whatsoever. Any 5 books.
One book I've already talked of, and I must show it again. It's a great book you must read, Autobiography of a Yogi, for every age group, every path. Second is Yuval Noah Harari. I read Harari, and he's a great writer. 21 Ideas for the 21st Century, and Homo Deus and Sapiens. These are his 3 books. He's the second author I will recommend. The third is I would recommend Atomic Habits by James Clear. James Clear, Atomic Habits. He talks about how you can change yourself incrementally, little by little. And the fourth I will talk about is autobiographies of great people like Usain Bolt, Dalai Lama. Read about great personalities of our time. And the fifth I'll talk about is my own book, Finding Success Within. So please read my book, Finding Success Within, and you will hopefully find success.
Definitely I will. And we need these kind of books for our feeling better ourselves. So I wanted to know, when you said about handling tough bosses, what kind of boss are you? What kind of atmosphere do you have in your workplace?
I think I have been a firm boss, but I've been a friendly boss. So being firm is good, because you know that you have to get work done. You tell somebody, I want this by 5 o'clock tomorrow, which means I want it. I'm not going to lose my patience or temper, but they know that Vivek sir means business. So he's not going to be shouting, but he doesn't want delay. That is a better way. And then if somebody wants leave, somebody wants chutti, somebody wants some hearing, patient hearing, you do that. So when you are friendly and encouraging, encouragement is also very important for me. So I can criticize very easily. It's very easy to criticize, but there is a quote, be an encourager. The world is full of critics. So I follow that.
That's a wonderful advice for all the employers. And okay, let's just start with something fun. We have a quick rapid fire round for you. I'm going to give you a question or an option. Just select a word, one word answer, one statement would be enough. So let's just start this.
Sure.
Okay, so how much time with whom do you like to spend more time? Working or with family?
More time with family now, but earlier it was working.
So, are you a morning person or a night person?
Unfortunately, I'm a night person. I wish I was a morning person.
I thought you would be a morning person. Okay, so what is one of the things that you would put in your bucket list?
I would like to travel more. I would like to visit maybe Wimbledon once, which is ongoing right now. I would love to watch live that tennis match. I would like to become more effective in inspiring the youth of India. And I would also like to perhaps learn one or two new arts, which I don't know. There are two things which I'm terrible at, and that is cooking and dancing. So maybe I can at least improve in one of them.
You surely will. And okay, is there anyone you admire in your life?
Yeah, I used to admire my parents, of course, and obviously my wife Nina, who has been a full support to me and great friendship and love. And now I admire Paramahansa Yogananda's writings, as I showed you. I also admire all sportsmen. I feel very inspired with sports.
I did read and saw playwright a lot, so I realized that you have a knack of sports. So,
That's
okay,
right.
if a biopic is made out of your life, what would the genre be?
I think it would be entertaining. It would be happening and full of ups and downs, but ultimately the hero will come up victorious.
That would be watched by everyone. Okay, which season do you like more, winter or summer?
I like winters,
Beaches or mountains?
beaches.
For holidays, what would you like to do? Stay at home or go out?
I would like to do both. I would like to travel and then also come back in time to spend time at home, because when you come back on the last day before the office opens, then you are tired and you go back to work sleepy. So first travel and then sleep.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so is there any favorite joke you have or any favorite movie dialogue that you would like to share?
Yeah, I have a couple of jokes which I can, maybe one of them I can tell you, which is one of my favorites. So it's actually about how people tell jokes. So in Reader's Digest, I read this, and it says there are four types of people who tell jokes. The first type is who keeps forgetting the joke, keeps forgetting what the, oh no, it was this, no, it was that. And the second type is the person who keeps repeating himself. This happened and it happened on a Tuesday. So it was a Tuesday. And it was a Tuesday. So I'm repeating myself. And the third type of person is who keeps on negating himself. So he says, no, it wasn't a Tuesday, it was a Monday. No, it wasn't a Monday, it was a Sunday. So they keep changing the
Yeah.
facts. And the fourth type is whose punchline is so weak that you don't even know that the joke has ended. So you don't laugh, you don't know when to laugh. As, oh, the joke is over, okay, we better laugh. So these are the four types of people who get the jokes wrong. And I think this story itself is a very funny story. So that's why I told you that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. Okay. Your favorite food that you think everyone should try?
I think I love idli sambar, even though I live in Chandigarh.
Yes, South Indian foods are actually liked a lot. Okay,
I like.
so anything that you would like to say is unique in you?
Yeah, I think I'm creative. I'm an all-rounder, and that is unique. And people also say that how do you manage to do so many things in one day? So I think I prioritize. I give time to it. I don't waste time much, but I give time to my fitness and entertainment also. I think that is special, and I'm blessed.
Okay, any best moment of life?
Yeah, best moments are many: getting married, having babies, winning cricket matches, India winning the World Cup, and also the release of my books, and all these moments are joyous.
Any favorite movie?
Sholay used to be my favorite. Anand used to be my favorite. I like also Ye Jawani Hai Diwani in the modern times. I also like Chak De India.
You really love sports, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
so that will be the end of our rapid fire round, and almost we are reaching to the end of the session. So, is there any last message that you would like to give to our young viewers who aspire to be something?
Absolutely. I would say balance your life. Don't be obsessed with success. Success will come if you're determined and hardworking and regular and patient. And also be creative. Don't be dull. Keep thinking of new things to do. And but maintain your relationships well and look after your family. Be cheerful with them. Don't be impatient. I think if you are balanced, creative, and cheerful, life will be great.
That will be all from from us. And thank you so much, sir, for coming here. It was a wonderful experience and very informative day for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Omkar and Ayush and Ria. Great questions. As I said, you asked very good questions. You did your research very well. I was also happy to be here. So, when